Bluebird on the shoulder today, because why not? Hi everybody, Ninja Boy here, and today we're going to be taking a look at this new Primus EP, A Handful of Nuggs. The first release from Primus since 2022, and I'm not sure, like their 8th studio EP? I don't know. I don't really know. But Primus, funk metal, alternative metal, avant-garde metal legends here, kicking it in with a brand new EP with 4 new songs. Let's take a look at them. So here's the we're gonna talk about this track in a few, but let's just focus on these 3 for now, because all 3 of these are pretty good. But this one right here, about that one. Again, let's just focus on these 3 first. Like, the arrows, the top arrows. Let's just focus on the top arrows for now. But then we'll later focus on why I had to give the 4th track, Duchess. I don't think I said that right. Duchess? I don't know. But we're gonna get to why I had to rate it so low, and as to why I cannot give this EP the checkmark of must listen. So let's get into the good. I absolutely love the bass in this album, or EP, whatever. The bass in this EP is absolutely fantastic, as usually the bass would just fade into the background, be a nice addition to sit down comfortably in the back, adding in some like sound to it, like blend in with the guitar, the drums, the vocals, and all that stuff. But here in this EP, it takes center stage, and that's something that not a lot of EPs or albums do. However, there is a trade-off to that, and it's that the bass is a little too loud, as sometimes in songs like Holy Diver with Puddles, it just takes... It's just too loud. It doesn't let the vocals take center stage. It's kind of gluttonous, if you will. The bass is still fantastic, but if it was turned down just a little bit and let the vocals take center stage more, I feel like we could have had a winner here. More on the production later. I do really love the elements of progressive metal in the old Grizz, the first song in this EP, as it does the elements of progressive metal properly. When you're doing progressive metal, when it's good, it is absolutely fantastic, an ethereal experience. But when done bad, oh god, it could be done really bad, especially in Metallica's self-titled And Justice for All song. The self-titled song for And Justice for All. I'll say it. I don't like that song. If you wanna do a public execution on me for that, I guess you will. No one's stopping me. No one's gonna stop you. So yeah, the elements of progressive metal, funk metal, avant-garde metal were all done rather well. Like, what it is trying to do, what elements, what genres it was trying to do were done really decently, I will say. And sure, this album, and I keep wanting to say album, and sure, this EP relies on features a little too much with the, Purifier, I think that's how you say it, feature on, Little Lord Fentanyl, I think that's what it's called. Yeah, Little Lord Fentanyl and Holy Diver at Puddle's Petty Party. Sure, both of those features are rather decent, but this is an EP with only 4 songs, and 2 of the 4 are with features. I am not a huge fan when it comes to features in metal albums. Sure, if done correctly, they could be really good, but considering the fact that 2 out of the 4 songs are with features, and 1 song is a live song, that means that there is really only 1 studio song that is just Primus itself, with no help, no nothing. So I'm gonna have to dock some points down to that. So yeah, problems I have, so that's good. Problems with the EP, I think the bass is a little too loud. I'm not gonna say it's bad production, because if one thing is too loud or too quiet, then that's just one thing. But if there's multiple problems, like in Inches for All, there is no bass and Lars's drums are too loud, that's bad production. Over-reliance on features, I'd say. And here we go. The reason why I cannot give this EP any higher than whatever I'm gonna give it, let alone the checkmark of must listen. Duchess. It's time to rant about this track. Okay. This is a studio release. Not a live release. Not a compilation. Not some songs that are edited, radio edited, remixed. This is a studio release. In a studio release, you pump out completely new tracks. But this is an EP, so you cannot make the excuse in adding in a live track by making it a bonus track or a hidden track. You cannot do that here, because EPs are not supposed to have any storytelling unless if the individual songs tell different stories. An EP is not supposed to be like a mixtape, but just like a little compilation of 4 to 6 songs. And with 30 minutes at maximum. So, why is there a live song in a studio release? You have made live albums before Primus. You have made live albums before Primus. And not to mention, at least like a few months, at least like 7 months before you released this EP, at least like 7 months before, 6 months, 6 to 8 months before, you released the song as a single. So you had either two options. One, release another live album so I actually have a reason to listen to so I have a reason to listen to the song, because I'm going to get into why I don't listen to live albums and I hate live albums. I'm going to get to why. So you have two options. One, just release it as a single and nothing else, or two, release it in a live album so I actually have a reason to listen to the track, because it is a live album exclusive, just like No Leaf Clover and Symphony of Metallica. The reason why I do not like live albums, or really hate live albums, because I only have 3 reasons. 3 reasons why I would ever listen. Like I just said, if it's a live album exclusive, if it's a historical event, or I was actually there. And the thing with live albums is that the magic of the songs that are in the live album is not there unless if it's like crowd participation or if it's like the greatest performance of a band. If it's like or an artist. And not to mention is that you get your echoes and all that stuff. The production could be wonky. The band might not sound that good live compared to how they sounded live 20 years ago, or they just might not sound good live in general. There's a lot of twists and turns when listening to live albums. I do not see any reason to listen to live albums or any live tracks in a studio work unless if it's a bonus track or a hidden track. I'm sorry, Primus. I really wish I could give you the checkmark of must listen, but with the addition of the live song on your studio EP, your over-reliance on features, and the bass being a little too loud, I can only give this EP a light 7. I'm sorry, Primus, but the rules are rules. I have standards. You have standards. If your standards are different than mine, then more power to you. But really releasing the live song on your studio work does a lot of damage to this EP. And there was no excuses. If it was in a studio album, not a studio EP, and released as a bonus track or a hidden track, maybe I would be a little bit more lenient on it. But this is an EP. EPs are supposed to be like tiny compilations, not like mixtapes. Just a little compilation with either 4 to 6 songs, 18 minutes to this EP, 30 minutes at maximum. You're only gonna get a light 7. I'm sorry, Primus. So, anyways, if you have any recommendations for albums or EPs, studio stuff, please. Maybe I might take a look at it. Maybe I might do a review on it. Make sure you like, subscribe, send this video to a friend, and I'll see you guys later. Goodbye.